Giving me this opportunity to speak tonight. I speak on a few topics as I represent the Friends of Crowland. I appreciate being given this second opportunity to speak, as we have been informed that we only have 2 opportunities to give a delegation. This is my second, and as I understand, my final opportunity to speak before the decision is made by you at the end of June. This tonight is about facts. It's not about making accusations or negative comments about another school or group of parents. It is not a personal or targeted at any specific group. It is simply an analysis of available data. If you recall from the previous meeting, our community member who spoke mentioned during his delegation that he would not be sending his children to Matthews School. He also noted that many of the parents he has spoken to all felt the same. We felt it was important to find out the intentions of our parents so that we could be well informed. We confirmed with Linda Kartazinski that it was acceptable for us to send a survey home to our parents as long as the survey was clearly from our school parent council. Tonight we would like to present the results of this survey, which highlights the intentions of our 86 families that currently go to Crowland. These surveys have been signed and you are free to review them. We received a response rate of 57%, which basically was 49 families out of the 86 reporting back to us, which, as you will note, is a significant sample of the 86 families. Of the response, 3 of the families, or 6%, have stated that they will go to Matthews. 6%. The other 46 families of the 49, or 94%, clearly stated that they will not be sending their children to the new school at Matthews. There were many undecided, but the intention was clear: not Matthews School. 11 families said they would go to Catholic, while only 7 chose public school elsewhere. The number of undecided is reflective of the turmoil that has been caused in our community. Families know that Matthews is simply too far and not a viable alternative yet. They were all left with no other obvious choice. Crowland Central's location simply makes sense. It is the heart of our large rural community. We support a new school at Matthews, but it's simply not in a location that makes it a viable alternative to the Crowland community. There are other schools that are much closer: Sacred Heart in Niagara Falls, St. Joseph's in Snyder, Ontario Street in Thorold, Stevensville Public, and St. Andrews in Welland. All serve sections of Crowland's current catchment area or are adjacent to our area. There are comparable alternatives as well in terms of student achievement. The alternatives offered by DSBN staff and the ARC via the recommendations before you are not comparable to our existing service level at Crowland for many reasons. Mainly, likeliness of the community, distance for our children to go to school, and student achievement. Once again, I note 6% have stated intentions to go to Matthews, 94 have stated that they will not send their children to Matthews. We would also like to inform the DSBN trustees of our petition. We have petitioned the Ontario Legislative through our local member of Provincial Parliament, Peter Cormos. We have a collection of nearly 1,000 signatures, and Peter Cormos has presented these on multiple occasions between May the 3rd to the 11th. The wording of this petition has been signed, and it reads: to the Legislative Assembly of Ontario, whereas the Ontario Ministry of Education's accommodation review process used by school boards to accommodate students, which includes closing schools, is flawed. It lacks transparency and accountability. We, the undersigned petition, the Legislative Assembly of Ontario as follows. We say, immediately stop the closure of Crowland Central Public School and any disputed closures. Develop policies where school boards are more accountable, and that the ministry, school boards, municipalities, and community members work together openly transparently to deal with funding, schools, and declining enrollment. We will email to each of you an extract of that Hansard. We feel it was absolutely essential to raise our issue at this level, as East Welland ARC and the senior staff reports did not include recommendations that met any of the needs of the Crowland community. Our rural community and distance from the other schools was simply not a concern of the other 4 urban schools or the senior staff. But our community believes that our children deserve the same right to attend a school